Progressive Representative Jamaal Bowman is currently in the middle of one of the most expensive primary fights of this election cycle. Certainly the most expensive of his life. He is currently facing a flood of AIPAC and Maga money. So now his opponent, George Latimer, has been not only endorsed by Hillary Clinton, but is also being massively funded and boosted by pro-Trump billionaires, as well as AIPAC-related money. So now this is something that apparently some Democrats in the establishment and some MAGA supporters have in common. They both despise members of the progressive left. All right. So now Bowman, of course, he is part of the squad. He's in favor of things like Medicare for all, higher minimum wage, labor rights. But the thing that really got their ire was being in favor of a ceasefire in Gaza, which, again, AIPAC, not in favor of. AIPAC is in favor of donating a lot of money to make sure that we continue to send military support to Israel. Now, this is a right-wing lobbying organization that has spent millions of dollars to defeat progressive candidates. Okay, that's it. They mainly try to target the left. They claim to be in favor of Israel, but actually they just enjoy funding war, or in this case, a genocide. What they're doing does not actually help the cause of Israel. You know what would help the cause of Israel? Peace. They're not in favor of peace. Okay, so the amount of money spent in this race by the pro-Latimer groups is astronomical. And just do a comparison, right? According to CNN, the AIPAC-affiliated United Democracy Project, along with a crypto PAC, yes, a cryptocurrency PAC, is funding George Latimer's campaign. They spent nearly $18 million on ads. So I know they're not supposed to coordinate, but let's be honest, there's a lot of winks and nods between the two groups, and very little enforcement on that, on how much money is spent and in what ways. So now, that said, $18 million on ads, either supporting Latimer or trashing Bowman. Whereas on the other side, you have Justice Democrats and the Working Families Party. They're going to spending about $2.2 million in supporting Bowman. So that's not good. You've got massive amounts of money on one side, and a very small amount of money on the other side, supporting someone who's progressive. Now, let's get to specifically the MAGA supporting billionaires that are funding Latimer. Okay? Now, Steve Lauro, this is a Republican, he did a fundraiser in May for Mr. Latimer, and Jacobin noted that Lauro, who is an insurance mogul, who's already given $5,000 to Latimer, is a top Trump fundraiser. Oh, he hosted a $5,000 event for Trump in 2016, and in the last election, he hosted a party for New York Governor Kathy Hochul's far-right opponent, Lee Zeldin, also supported by Trump. It's not the only one, by the way, Lauro. Alex Dubitsky, the CEO of a bespoke insurance firm based in Connecticut, who gave $15,000 to Trump in 2020. He held a brunch in January at his home in Larchmont, inviting his friends to pay up to $6,600 for a meet and greet for Latimer. Yeah, Latimer, who is a Democrat, getting funded by massive amounts of MAGA cash. And then over the last few years, as the New York Daily News reported, he's given nearly $20,000 to the Republican National Committee, as well as supporting right-wingers like Lindsey Graham, Elise Stefanik, Rob Astorino, and Lee Zeldin. Not only that, but you also have hedge funder Daniel Loeb giving to Latimer. Loeb, who supports charter schools, has given $1.5 million to Mitch McConnell, $200,000 to a PAC supporting Dr. Oz, and millions to the Republican Party. Weird. Why are there so many MAGA chuds giving millions of dollars to a Democrat in a primary? I think it's obvious. Latimer is going to do whatever they want. He's going to be mainly AIPAC's bitch. Whereas Jamaal Bowman, he's unbought and unbossed. That's it. He's progressive. Look, it's pretty clear from what we're seeing here, the right wing, specifically AIPAC, wants to buy this election. That's it. Okay? Whether it's the right wing here or the right wing in Israel, they're aligned against progressives and progressive values. Supporting the slaughter of tens of thousands of innocent civilians in Gaza is not a progressive value. Supporting a genocide is not progressive. Supporting a famine is not progressive. So George Latimer, definitely not progressive. Now, Jamaal Bowman, on the other hand, he has the support of progressives like Bernie Sanders, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Cory Bush, Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar. But not only that, but he also has the support of some of the more established Democrats, like House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Pete Aguilar, and Kathleen Clark. Whereas Latimer has Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, AIPAC, and a bunch of MAGA people. He also has Richie Torres and Mondaire Jones. Both of them, by the way, have turned their back on the progressive label. Torres took a bunch of cash from AIPAC, and Jones is salty after being redistricted, okay, back in 2022. He's decided to drop his relationship with the left so that he could win in a new district. And not only that, apparently going in the same direction as John Fetterman, who also abandoned the left over massive amounts of AIPAC cash. So that's who's supporting George Latimer. So if you're progressive and you're pretty upset over what's going on in Gaza, as you should be, and the fact that our tax money is going to literally drop 2,000-pound bombs on tents filled with children, then maybe you might want to, and you're in New York, maybe you don't want to support someone like George Latimer. Even if you might be like, irritated at Jamaal Bowman, I don't know if he's progressive enough, whatever. There's the other guy. And if you think he's going to be progressive at all, no, look who's funding him. As usual, you got to follow the money. So if you're progressive, the choice is very, very clear. Do not let the MAGA billionaires and AIPAC successfully buy this election. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.